Hey party people, it's tech-Nic, and today we're going to check out this streamer starter pack from HyperX. Let's go! If you're gaming and you're playing or you're streaming or you're casting, you need people to hear you. So we're going to look at this quick solution for that very issue by this product by HyperX. Now, if you've not used some of these products before, I will go ahead and tell you we've had very good experiences with the HyperX products. So I wouldn't expect anything different here. But what this starter pack has is a pair of DTS spatial audio headphones. So it's able to push 7.1 surround sound through this. And that's obviously you don't have 7 speakers in a sub, but that's able to give you the effect. Spatial audio being, instead of me just hearing what's happening on screen, when I'm playing a game, if someone's off this direction, the headset can actually interpret that into a signal that kind of auditorily sounds like the person's that direction. Spatial audio, it kind of aligns them in the space, and it's extremely beneficial in games where you don't want people sneaking up. You want to be able to hear what direction that's happening. It does have a mic built in so you can communicate while you game, obviously. 53mm drivers are the standard for this. This says that it's for PC. I would imagine headset wise you might have a different option there, but out of the box we're just going to assume PC. The other part is we're going to have a standing microphone or like a podcast option. You can put this on any mount that's using 3/8 to 5/8 thread to mount this onto. We can loosen this, we can kind of set an angle here. Okay, so as awkward as that looks, that is actually really well balanced. This is solid. I'm gonna say that's probably close, I mean a half a pound or more. You could, you know, if someone runs into your area, you could probably defend yourself with this.
Oh, honestly.
We've got a mic, looks like maybe that possibly illuminates when this is on to show you if you're live or not. And we've got a single USB-C input here, or output, I'm sorry. So it's going to send this out to your PC. We've got this nice screen mesh filter here. I don't see a fabric filter inside of there. And what I mean is that foam that keeps that. There is, it looks to be smaller and smaller netting inside of this, and so I would imagine this is pretty capable of taking out some of those hard sounds that you're going to have. Now we've got an adapter piece in here we'll look at. We should have a cable for that microphone, and we do. We got a USB-C cable here. This is never going to all fit back in this box. There you go. All right, so in the box we have the microphone piece for our headset, and we've got here the cables for hooking this up to a PC. We've got our USB to USB-C, which we said goes for this here. And then we've also got here a headset attachment that is a splitter. You need this because when you're playing on PC, those audio feeds get split, and that's for sound and that's for microphone. And if you're going to have that option, you're going to have to rock a splitter. And this is included in there, which is nice. Those aren't super expensive, but again, it is something that you want. And then we're going to look at the, good Lord, the amount of paper. And then we're going to look at the headset itself. Now, right out of the box, I'm going to tell you, this is not super high-end. It is very lightweight. That's a huge positive. I mean, obviously with these little telescoping sides, you can probably fit a pretty decent sized cranium because of the flex here. The ear covers are not massive. Now I know what you're thinking, right? You're looking at in there and you're like, good God. But my Uncle Barney would never been able to use these. I mean, those things were like that. So this would fit. I would say my ears are pretty small, actually. I mean, I know my head looks so big on camera, but and these kind of, I mean, my ears are just inside the pads. The build quality in the ear is pretty good, and that's even without audio going. I'm not getting really any sound from the outside.
Can you ear muff it for me?
It's extremely muffed. We've got a built-in switch on the microphone itself. That's going to give us volume up and down, and we have a button here. We can mute our microphone and we can unmute our microphone as we play. Again, playing on PC, this is going to go snap in, and then we're going to have our audio feed and our microphone feed. The microphone is going to come off the left headphone, and it's just going to pop in. That design is kind of cool, right? You can have the microphone or not have the microphone. It does feel like it sits in there very solidly. I'm not worried about that becoming a loose connection. Not with until a lot of use later. The only concern I have is if this set is going to go to a kid, on the chance that they're not taking great care of this design choice here to have these cables run openly outside of the headset, I don't know, kind of looks maybe cool, but I've already caught it a couple of times just in handling this. I can imagine that if people are having failures with this in the field, this is what it is. These are accidentally getting ripped out or torn. Now, we said these are set up for PC, but honestly, using this attachment here, you would be able to run this on Xbox, PlayStation 5, even through mobile devices that have an actual physical audio jack. You would be able to use those as well. Not included in the box, there are cheap adapters you can get that'll take it from this millimeter hookup into like a USB-C or something that you could run to a different device. So you do have options there. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you right out of the box that the microphone is also going to work in each of those setups. There is a way to do that, but I'm not going to tell you that it's plug and play. With some of those devices, you might have to do a little bit of tweaking. One pretty sizable benefit of having the adaptable cable to go from the pin to going to the dual input, the audio and the microphone port, means that by the time you do that, this cord is like 10 foot long. We didn't even actually bring a laptop over to hook this thing up. We actually ran it over to one of the studio PCs. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to plug these, I'm going to put these on, I'm going to give you an idea of the sound quality.
Give me just a minute.
I'm sorry?
Give me just a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, can you not... How loud do I sound to you?
I mean, you're not, you are extremely muffled.
Okay,
I can hear you.
At a regular speaking volume.
Regular speaking volume, I can hear you. I am focused to hear you. As soon as I start to say something, I can't hear a word you say. That's how muffled.
I hide my mouth?
Very good seal. John, why don't you load me up something here and send me on an auditory journey. Okay, so at 20% volume, it is very usable. It's very clear. Give me something with some bass. Let me experience that and see what we sound like. The treble and the mids are really good. We're on what, 20, 25%?
Like 15 or 20.
The bass is there. It's not super deep. It's not super rich. I feel like we're on the top of the drum. We're not in the belly of the drum, right? If I'm hitting that bass drum, I'm up on the top and hearing that reverb. I'm not down inside that thing. It's not bellowing and moving my soul, but it is present. And again, we're probably using this for gaming. We're not jamming out, right? So, John, give me some shooter, some first-person shooter action. I'm hearing clearly. I'm hearing voices at the same time that I'm hearing a firefight take place along with the backgrounds of the game, all distinctly. This is not a jumbled noise. It's pretty good.
It's not concentrate, but it's pretty darn good. Whoopee!
Obviously, it does have different uses. This isn't just for gaming. Obviously, podcast are a good reason you would use this. Live streaming. It says here that it's even detailed enough on the sound quality you can use this for voiceovers. Let's get a little bit of audio quality here from the microphone. Welcome to WKPY Jazz. It's all jazz all day, no viewers. We've been alone for a while. We are jazzed out, as they say. It's dead as disco around here, and everybody wants to listen to, I don't know, Billie Eilish or something. I don't even know who he is. But we're going to be right back. If you're still there, just make sure you join us for this one from the Kingston Pop Trio, topping the charts at number 4,715 on today's radio. All right, and then let's give us a little bit of some podcast mic. So the button that is on the top is a quick mute, unmute button. So when solid red, you are transmitting a signal. When flashing red, you are not. So let's get a little bit of feed on this. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, here at the site of the Waffle House Massacre. Sir, can you tell us how many waffles did you slay last night?
Well, I come in about 2 a.m. and I had a hankering for a waffle. And I asked the young lady, I said, can I get a waffle? Well, she says to me, the batter machine will not turn off. That some gun has been spraying batter for the last 3 hours. And I said, challenge accepted. I set my little hefty ass down to have not one waffle, but ended up being 31. And I ended up just happened to set a Georgia statewide record for waffle consumption. I'm proud, and I will carry this with me to my grave, which might be later this week, because I am on the border of having some type of a diabetic breakdown.
So, what are you getting for 80 bucks? I think you're getting a good solid entry point into this. This is not extreme high end, but this is way above some of the cheap headsets that are out there. Build quality is strong. I don't think you're going to have issue there. And what we saw was audio through these headset was nice and crisp and clear. Not real deep bass, but again, that allowed us to hear pretty much every sound that was taking place and actually make sense of them. There was never an overload of that. We tried that at 25, 50, and 75% volume. You start getting above that, you're going to start having some rattle and some stuff in there that you don't. Well, you never want to take these things to full volume anyway. But then sound quality for the microphones for this price range, I don't think you're going to have any issue. What I will say is, for this, for my 2 cents, at 80 bucks, the thing that makes, yes, it's solid, it's a good entry. What makes this really like digestible to me is that of most of the tech that we try that are wireless headsets that are all that, I understand this is wired, but the benefit is we literally plugged this in and they worked. Both worked. I can't tell you how frustrating it is trying to get wireless settings together for in-game to allow the audio, to allow the... It is just a nightmare with some of these extremely high-end and extremely cheap devices. In the middle here, wired, okay, but it is truly going to be plug and play with the performance there. So keep that in mind.
Can you do ASMR with it?
You could do ASMR. You can
do ASMR with
You can do ASMR with anything. I mean,
Tell you what you really want to do is ASMR with somebody with a heavy speech impediment.
Oh, God.
And you just have them read through like some stereo instructions or something. At this point, you want to hook up your S audio cable straight into the back port of the system.
you ought to have like Lord of the Rings read by somebody with a heavy speech impediment. We're not making fun of people with speech impediments. We're just saying auditorily.
We're trying to give them jobs.
We're trying to A, get you employed, but B, auditorily, it is a challenge for this equipment, and I don't think you'd struggle here. We had some pretty good performance with my speech impediments. I don't think any of that's usable, but again, that was a look at the Cloud Core or this streamer starting pack from HyperX. I think it's a solid entry for the 80 bucks that you're going to spend, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by the channel. I'm Nick with tech-Nic. We'll catch you next time.